What's going on, traders? Happy Monday. Julian here. Just wanted to do a quick recap on what I was doing today. You could see my scans here, and we had a pretty busy day. A lot of stuff moving, a lot of great opportunities. Looked like most of the sector ETFs were working well today, especially the utility sector on fire. Not really where I focus, so I was with looking at some tech stuff, which is the SGLB stock and trade that we're going to talk about. And then I was also moving through the health sector as I usually do. Great opportunities off our swing list that popped today, but I'm going to talk about SGLB. So here it is. Sigma Labs, just going to get to a larger chart here. And what you're going to see is this thing is actually closed up 113%. So these lower float stocks are definitely back and in charge, putting in some serious work. There was a time that these lower float stocks were just kind of, we had to really nickel and dime these things and grind through the fact that a lot of these were popping and not moving. But a lot of these are really starting to come back to life and put on some serious work. And then SGLB today, pardon me, was what I was working on. And this was a very, very simple, straightforward trade. So the first thing is in the morning time, I was looking about 5 different charts, and this was the chart that popped off the first. And the first thing I was looking at on today's massive meteoric rise was actually this 563 level. When I was watching that 563 daily level of resistance, what I wanted to see is I actually wanted to see this thing break out. Now, there were going to be a lot of traders that probably traded that breakout, hence the move higher with the increased volume, but I actually didn't want to trade the breakout. What I've seen is a lot of breakouts fail. Failed breakouts. I don't like those so much. I like to manage my risk as best I can. So I'm always looking for breakouts that pull back and retest. If you're wondering what a retest would look like, it's something like this. And essentially what it is there's the breakout right through there. Price action rallies and then pulls back, and it finds a pivot level where it retests and pushes. So essentially what's happened right through here at this level, which is at 605, there's roughly that 40-cent level right through there where price action has held the breakout. And to me, that's very, very bullish. And then from there, I like to move into situations as to where I think this thing could actually continue the momentum-based move. And for me on this particular stock, when it pulled back, I was looking at one thing first and foremost, and that is this trendline resistance breaking, which it absolutely did. It then took out the top of this candle, which is over the VWAP, which is what I refer to as a VWAP squeeze. Now, when it took out that VWAP squeeze, I was actually in this a little bit lower, right about here. 670, I believe, was where I got in. And this thing rallied through, pulled back, and this was also another healthy pullback where I said, okay, it's actually breaking out of that key level, pulling back, and what is it doing? It's retesting. So for me, I stayed in, I stayed long, and what I was looking for was this level right through here, previous high of day. That was my target to get hit. And you can actually see right through here that I absolutely hit this thing. I think I scratched out a 14 or 15, maybe it's a 13 or 14% return on this. I don't know that I was in this very, very long. Again, I was trading in this thing at 1036, and I was out of this at 1050. So we're talking about 14 minutes. And that was the trade. We had a beautiful buy signal right down through here, and we had an increased volume that pushed this thing higher. And so this is everything that I'm looking for every single day on these setups, and it was just about stock picking at this point. Again, I was watching a host of other charts, and this is just the one that showed me exactly what I needed to see first. Again, this was up triple digits. There were a number of other charts that I was looking at that were triple digit gainers, and this is just what I needed to see to get long. And you can actually see that this thing moved up a lot higher than where I was getting in and getting out. So somebody might ask right now, like, well, why didn't you hold this? That's not the name of the game. The name of the game is to scalp, to get what you can, and this is the entire trade right through here. This is where you achieve consistency. Rolling the dice and seeing how far this thing could run, that is not what day traders do. They get in, they get out, they add it to the pile, and they move on to the next opportunity. And in our case, the next opportunity was TKAT, I believe it was. And I didn't trade this, but we did have people contacting us saying, hey, listen, this is going to be a mover, and this thing popped right through here, and you can see it actually came off of the same list, but at 540 this thing rallied straight into a halt almost at 10. That was a huge move. Again, triple digit gainer, up 102%. It was a very busy day. I did not trade this. I traded the stock that we just went over, but virtually the setup here is the same. This opportunity just came later on in the day. Hope some of that helped.